us about the one big switch. Speaking of businesses and all earlier on and everything else, what is it all about this year?
This year we're running the big health insurance switch. So we ran an energy switch earlier in the year and we got 65,000 people to sign up, and we managed to unlock a deal with Bord Gáis by telling them we had 65,000 people who wanted a reduction in their bills.
Did they all get the reduction in their bills?
About 25% of them took it, and then a lot of the rest of them used it to ring their existing provider and say, look, I have this deal from one big switch, what can you do for me, and get their bill reduced that way.
I suppose after the weekend and all the marches, people power is quite strong at the moment, and that this is a business that puts this really much into practice.
That's the idea. So when we ran the last campaign, we asked people what was their biggest bill stressor, what was the next campaign they'd like to see, and they said health insurance.
How many people stopped getting it over the last number of years?
290,000 have dropped it. It's
yeah.
about 7,000 a month, and the problem is as well that it's disproportionately young people, and what that means is that because older people are higher claimants, the premiums are just going to increase. So what we're doing is, I'm very popular with the people who are signing up, but I'm not so popular with the health insurance providers.
They don't like you very much.
No, they don't.
No.
So we're trying to get as many people as possible to sign up for free. There's no obligation. They don't have to take the deal. And then I go into the providers and I say, I've got 25,000 or I've got 50,000 people signed up here, and what can you do for them? Because there's, anybody can sign up, but there's a variety of people. There's people who've never had it, and lifetime community rating is coming in next year, so if you're over 34 you're going to be fined if you don't have it. When you get it.
That's right,
There's people who dropped it but still want it. There's people who have it but are like barely hanging on. We did a survey of the people who signed up. Even a 1% increase would make people drop it. So what I'm doing is running a campaign to try and get as many people to sign up as possible, and then I go to providers and say, I've got these, and I give these customers over if they want to take the deal to the cheapest, to the best deal that a provider gives me.
So for example, 4 of us here, none of us have health insurance, or we haven't, and we're about to drop it. You'll say, I have these 4 people, you clearly want more than 4.
Yeah.
So of the 4, would we more or less get a better deal at the end of the day?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pushing hard, because obviously your health insurance might be different from mine, might have different priorities, whatever. So I'm trying to get a discount across a broader range of policies as possible, so that as many people are suited to it.
And do you have to be at the end of your policy or beginning a new term? Because that's one thing that when I'm shopping around for health insurance, and I've kind of found that with the company that I was with, I missed my cut-off point, and I'm not allowed breakage or I'm penalised. So
you can sign up any time of the year, and basically what we'll do is we'll keep a log of your renewal date, and then we'll remind you. Because if you have a policy with somebody and 2 weeks go by, they can automatically sign you back up to your policy. If you miss the 2 weeks, you're back in. And you get penalised, because the problem is for insurance providers is that they're paying the government levy when you sign up. So you almost owe them money for the first few months, because they have to make their money back. So if you cancel, you have to pay out your policy. So if you're in the middle, or if your renewal date isn't for 6 months, it's okay. I mean, you can sign up to this, because we're effectively using shopping around, but for 25 or 50,000 people.
How do you get on board if you want to do it, though?
So you literally log on to onebigswitch.ie and you give your email address and your county, and you become part of something. So
that's awesome.
And what we also know is that 80% of policies are purchased by women, even though they cover men. It's the women at home with the kids who are thinking about health insurance. Energy was more men. I know I have no clue about electricity or whatever, but health insurance, women are thinking about it. They think about health, they think about kids, they think about what they want covered. So,
and I also think that a few insurance companies lately are being a little bit sneaky by taking things off, like maternity benefits and stuff like that. Like when you're in hospital, the days and stuff like that, and appointments that you can have. They're being a little bit sort of, I don't know, shady.
Tweak the policies
they tweak them without letting you know.
Absolutely, and we have 4 providers, but what we're getting back is that we don't have a lot of competition. So, as you said, people are marching about water. A lot of people's policies are 4 or 5 times the amount that they'll be paying for water. So if we can get a reduction, channel the people power of people signing up and get a reduction for people, I think it could have a really big impact.
So www.onebigswitch.ie.
That's it.
There you are. You have your work cut out for you there anyway. Good luck with that.
Thank you.